Snake man here. We're 3 days into the incubation of the brown snake eggs. Check them out. Right, look at the container. It's hard to see in the video. You can actually see bits of condensation across the roof there. See that? Condensation across the roof there, which gives you an indication the humidity is 100%, but there are substantial areas within the chamber where there is no apparent condensation as well, which gives you perfect, not too humid. Now, check out the eggs themselves. You will see that other than all the usual crap that we had on them when I washed them, the eggs look effectively unchanged. No evidence of mould or fungus. Now, you can poke your nose in here. I'll show you. Watch me. I don't know how we're going with the video here, but anyway, you can see I was sniffing it. Couldn't smell anything off. If you smell something, normally it means there could be an egg going off or something. This just smells like vermiculite, which is that like funny sort of smell. Egg 13 here, the one I was worried about, discolouring at the end. All appears stable, no dramas, embryo fine as for the rest. Now if you look at the other eggs, they're all bone dry. I mean, look, I can touch them with my hand, bone dry. They're firm but dry. They're just perfect. They're just nice, okay? They're not over full. They are just absolutely immaculate. Now that don't roll your eggs, you'll kill them. Anyway, I'm just trying to prop that up so it doesn't move. The idea of the eggs actually not being in the vermiculite is for a reason. They do prefer to actually breathe. Now, in the real world, remember, they are laid in a mass. The reason they're laid in a mass is so they are stable. They don't move and roll. They stick to one another. Another reason they laid in a mass, thermal inertia. They a large body, don't fluctuate quite as much. And of course there is a third reason they're laid in a mass, because they're off the ground. They're in a chamber, underground or wherever they happen to be, but they're off the ground in a humid environment, and pardon me, the surfaces of the eggs are exposed to air. So other than the part of the egg that's stuck to the ground or stuck to another egg, there are large surfaces of the egg surface that are free to air, enabling the egg to breathe. So what I've done here is I've mimicked it somewhat. All these are planted firmly on the ground. They're not stuck to other eggs, because we don't want funguses and mould, I should be saying. I keep saying fungus. Mould is what I should be saying. But here we have a situation where the eggs are basically free to breathe. They're in the dirt enough, the vermiculite enough, just to stabilise them so that they don't move. The only egg I have actually looked at so far has been egg 13 closely. The others I just glanced at and they all looked perfectly okay. And they, as I said, have been left for 2 days. This has probably lost a bit of humidity just being closed, but that's fine. Now, of course, because I have a few small holes in these containers, the container is not totally sealed, there is a minimal amount of airflow. Not enough to really sufficiently allow for exiting of humidity and stuff, but at the same time allowing inflow so that the eggs do breathe. And if I go away for a holiday for 2 weeks and I don't look at them, I'll probably come back and they will be unchanged. It just gives you that little bit of leeway. You don't have to take the lid off the sealed container, so you have the benefits of being able to leave them for a long time without having to worry about checking them more often. And of course, by the lack of air holes, you don't have a drying out issue. So in reality, this humidity will probably remain okay throughout, and if it doesn't, I can just sprinkle some water along the sides there away from the eggs, which will increase the humidity of the entire container if the need arises, and my guess is it probably will not. So now basically we're in a situation, the eggs have been checked again 3 days later. They're all incubating fine. I've done every proper step imaginable to make sure they hatch, and of course they probably will. Now, we will actually give all the babies away, because we at Snakebusters don't sell snakes. We're in it for the love, not the money. But notwithstanding that, we put the highest possible price on life. I'm not a Catholic by religion, but when it comes to reptiles, I most certainly am. Every sperm should never be wasted. Every egg should never be wasted, and we want as many babies as we can. God said, let there go forth and multiply. Our God is Snake God, and we say, go forth and multiply.